Well then, give me him. I'm awake. I'm alive. I'm awake. Oh my god. I was so confused. All right, I'm gonna explain myself. How is everyone doing? Hold on. Hold on. Erin! Hello, Rody Goat. That was a W, for me at least. Hi, 40. Welcome, Roni. How are you today? And Vesa Laris, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Rosie Skippy, hello. A lot of first-time chatters. How are you doing? Hope you're having a nice Sunday. I am having a confusing one. I am truly grandma. Today it has been proven. I am old, man. I can't do no late evenings. I can't do I can't do it. Uh, okay, hold on. Hi, Monty. Thank you so much for the hydrate. I mean, this is just because I'm extremely tired, but that's fine. That's fine. Let's put this somewhere in sight. So, oh, I'm sorry. That almost in my tea. Almost in my tea. I mean, yeah, that's terrifying. The raffle is indeed terrifying. Because there's a books in there that I may not be prepared to read. No, actually, I'm not that scared anymore. Hi, chemist. Tushik, you can come back up if you want. You can come back up. It's okay. It's not dangerous. Hi, Shake. I was, I was panicking slightly. Let me just catch up real quick. I wish I was John Cena. That would be nice. Hi, Rita. How are you doing? Um, Let me see. I wanna just real quick go to the bottom and say hi to everyone. Hopefully, I don't miss anyone. Hi, Mildred. I guess the invisibility potion were off. Oh man, if that were, I wish that that existed because I would go outside a lot more. You know. Are you revolting? What is that? I can see your face. You can't, or you can see your face in the mirror today. Okay, wait. Then I have to show you what it looks like if I. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I know I just put this inside, but let me see if you can see your face. Which you... It's so weird. I know this is. It's not really very spacious here. I know. Hi, Blue. I am tired and confused. I had a very lovely evening last night, but it kind of got a bit late for me, and you know, I have cats, and Winston wants to go for a walk at like, you know, 6 a.m. So even though I had set my alarm at 8 because I figured I'm gonna need some more hours of sleep, it was about 2 a.m. But by the time I was calm enough, because I just need to, you know, level after I've been social. Um, so when Winston started making a ruckus at 5:30, I really wasn't prepared to wake up. But then again, he deserves to go out, so I decided to just get up. And then I felt okay. I felt okay. I did my chores. I had a lovely breakfast, and I did some work, and I emptied the queue of all the book club books. And then at 11, I kind of realized that I am not gonna make it. And it's gonna be a 10-minute stream, and then I'm gonna have to lie down. So I thought, you know what? I'll postpone for an hour and lie down for a bit. Little did I know that I would actually just out. I was out. I was gone. And I kind of snoozed a bit too long, and now I'm very confused. I ran here basically. Toby, thank you so much. Toby got me a surprise, a little gift, and I'm so excited. I can't wait for it to get here. That was so unexpected. Thank you so much. What are you doing? I know there's trigger warnings, but please, PG-13, PG-13. Why? You were sleeping just now. Okay, well, show your face then on that side. That's stupid, stupid face. Oh, okay. As long as you were touching your face. It'd be dangerous. People walk into you all the time and don't even think about crossing a busy street. Well, that is a user error if that's the case. Because I don't know about you, but I try to avoid people. I just don't assume that people go out of my way. I think it's a two-way street, so that's a user error. I don't think it will happen to me. So gimme. I didn't blue. I did not read The Invisible Man. I would not. I would not. I would recommend not eating anything when invisible. Oh God. Oh, okay. Ew. No, that doesn't make any sense. Enjoy your lurk party. Okay, this is. Juice. I've got a lot to do and to say today. The 1933 movie based it on it is an absolute hoot. I can barely. I was supposed to watch a movie yesterday, sort of, but it didn't go as planned. Instead, I won. Wait, oh, was it an autocorrect? I did. Wait, that's not okay. See, I need to reinstall Stream Elements or something. Listen, baby. Thank you. My gosh. Wine is nice. Wine is nice, isn't it, Erin? All right, I emptied the queue. We're going to talk about the books that I read last month by now because it's August already. It's August. I'm so happy. I can physically feel relief from the fact that we're simply because we're not in the June July months anymore. I know we're still not. It's not over. We're gonna have actually this week is gonna be a little bit more hot than I would like it to be, but I don't know. I physically feel better once we're out of the June July months. So I'm happy. I'm grandma, and I need to think about I need to think a little bit because I don't know how I survived my 20s. Like all nighters, I could never. Not without 3 months of recovery for each all nighter. I think I don't know how I did it. How did we do it? Log into the page and maybe they need new acceptance of policies or something. Oh, that could be. I did the thingies last night. Let me see. No, it is working. Oh God dang it! Thank you. I forgot. Sorry, Monty. I forgot. Thank you, Jake. Who inspires you, Milbrand? Milbrand. I don't get it. I don't get it. Stream Elements just does. Bots just don't like me, and I don't know why. Because I always say please and thank you to all inanimate objects, except my plates and my cutlery. That's a bit excessive. Let me close this. Let me see. Let me see. Real quick. I did. What did I do, Milbrand? Why? Okay. I hope it's a good thing. Please let it be a good thing. I don't condone illegal activities. What did you do? Where is it? Let me see. Let me see. Oh wait, I do remember that because I thought you could add aliases to commands, but I guess that doesn't work. me see. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Let me do that. Where'd it go? Hold on. So, hold on. I sweat. See? It does work. I turned it off, turn it on. Those are the three options you have. Wait, I didn't do that for Winston. Let me do that real quick. Oh no, that's different actually. That's a timer, and I'm confused about timers because I wanted to install a timer for Toulouse, but it didn't work. Um, Let me go back real quick. I hate it when chat doesn't listen to me, but let's just not think about it. Talking about it before here, and now I decided to actually go and listen to one. Oh, the audiobook! I have problems reading, getting distracted, but audiobooks work better for me. That makes me so happy. What are you listening to? What are you listening to? God dang it. Twitch. Hi, straight up. How's it going, everyone? I'm so confused. I am officially grandma. And the decisions I made were I don't regret them, but I have to think about my bones. The Silent Patient. Oh, I read that. I read that last year or the year before, and I didn't realize that it was like an acclaimed. Isn't that also debut? Well, I don't know. I can't speak. Listen, I just woke up. I need sugar. This is why I made this tea. There's 4 scoops of sugar in here, and I hope to wake up with it. But questionable. Hi, Adam Fighter. What is that cool fluid dynamic spot for into butt thingy? Wait, what? What? What are you talking about? Oh, there's tooth hair everywhere. That rhymes. The thing behind me, can you see it? I wanted to have a thriller mystery and for it to be good, so I did some Googling, Redditing, and I decided on this one. So I stumbled upon The Silent Patient really on accident. It was part of a deal, and I thought, why not? I wasn't, and I'm still not, very versed in that genre. So maybe if you read it a lot, it's not as impressive. But I was just my shook. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so impressed. I loved it. It was one of the better books that I read that year, which was last year or the year before. I'm not sure. Hi, Garfield. The cast crew is assembling. This is going to be wild. Oh no! I forgot to do the ads. I can snooze them for a little bit. And let me try to get my my notes in the meantime. Can't forget this one. I need to move this. The thing is, I can't put it on the floor. I just need more room. But this mirror, the reason it's over here is because Winston kind of broke it. So it's no longer able to be hung up because then it will fall apart. But I don't know where to leave it because I don't have any room. And this is kind of keeping it against the wall as well. So I don't know. I don't want to throw it away either because it's a really old one. This one. Make it smaller. Oh, it's so bright. It's so bright. Debut. Yeah, I need to wake up, and my tongue needs to wake up, and my brain needs to wake up. But yeah, I can't imagine what that author is going to do from here on out. As long as they take their time and don't rush and don't let themselves be pressured into publishing a book a month, it should be okay. It has a tiny spot that pours liquid into the lower brown pot. Are you talking about coffee? I can't drink coffee this late in the day because I need rest. I need rest. Otherwise, I'm not gonna survive the week. I have a lot to do. Winston is getting so big, and Tuz is learning how to play with him more and more. It's Tuz, don't stare at him because that's why I realized that she doesn't speak yet at all. She just doesn't. I mean, I knew this, but I didn't know it, and I've been observing her for a little bit closely, more closely, and Tuz, yes, you're trying. I see. So she doesn't speak yet, and Toulouse, can you stop staring at him because that is how you get into trouble. Don't you understand? No, you don't. It's okay. It's okay, Winnie. Toulouse, stop staring, please. Do I need to mute myself and get over there? Because I will. Toulouse, Toulouse, hi. Don't stare at him. That's how. That's why. Good boy, come here. Why don't you come here, Winston? So she doesn't know how to slow blink. She does. She's never done that, like ever. She just. I told you she's not here. And when Winston tries to play, she not only does the stare, but she also growls, which she just does. If I pick her up when she's sleeping, and it's bedtime, she will growl, even though she doesn't mean it. She just growls. So Winston, who does know cat, is like, dude, I'm just trying to clean your ear, and then he attacks her. So it's been a struggle. It's good to study. Oh my god, why? Wait, I'm gonna refresh straight because my chat keeps jumping, and I need to keep up with it. But if it keeps jumping down, I can't read anything. Chaos, chaos. Oh man, this is what happens when you take a nap and it's not a nap but an actual deep sleep. I'm so confused. I wish that Gnarly was here though, because I know that Gnarly read this with us this month. Did anyone read along with the book club? See, now it's paused. I read somewhere that it's good to study in front of a mirror now that we know about body doubling. Oh, that actually does make sense, yeah. That's exactly why I put it there. Adam, that's why it's there. That's interesting. I kind of want to read up on that. Oh, this thing. This is actually a cat fountain, but Winston has ruined the yeah the motor that is supposed to pour the water up or pump the water up twice now in a too short amount of time, because I've had this thing for I think a decade at this point, and Winston is just barely one, and the fact that he has ruined it twice in his short life is just really telling. And I kind of refuse to get a new one at this point, because Toulouse is a weird one, as you may have gathered by now, and she doesn't really know how to drink, or she just Winston, don't do that. She has trouble drinking. There's something wrong with her nose, but um, not bad enough to, or I don't think they could fix it even if they found out why. So I give her water by hand with a little syringe, and Winston has no trouble, so he'll just have to deal. But he broke it, so I have to order a new one. It's a cat fountain. It's not for me. It's for the cats. Hi, Esther. How was your weekend? That should ideally be about 20 minutes, maybe 30 at most. It prevents you going into a deep sleep. So it's either a power nap for 20 to 30 minutes or a 90-minute naps, so you do get deep sleep. Unfortunately, I fell into a deep sleep because I got like 2 hours in the night. But I read how we sleep, and I know. But 20 minutes wouldn't be. It doesn't. That doesn't work for me because I have trouble falling asleep. I have. I have. I am not good at sleeping. Like once I'm out, usually I'm out, but it can take me up to an hour to fall asleep. So I intentionally set my alarm for 2 hours, thinking that, about 30 minutes, hopefully I'll fall asleep. But I just didn't get enough sleep last night. Yeah, I never knew War and Peace was so big. It's huge. It's a brick. It's like a Les Miserables, really. Oh, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. There's Wheel of Time books that are. I mean, it is a tiny print, I have to say, so maybe it is bad. I don't think this is bad. This is the perfect book for me. It's almost 1,000 pages with a tiny script. Have you been writing? I was wondering if you do outlines or prefer just going for it. I prefer doing outlines, but my brain doesn't agree. So usually it just goes off rails. I'm not that organized. Although for NaNoWriMo, I used to have this. Um, I would open an Excel spreadsheet. How do I explain this? Um, the first column would be the subject. The second column would be a very short explanation of either a chapter or a paragraph or a scene, because I don't want to forget that part. And at the end, there would be a word count of that, the second column. And I would line out the story as far as I knew, or in that way. And you could also shuffle around. Because for NaNoWriMo, the goal was to write at least 50,000 words. So that way, with the third column, having that little scene written out, you already have a little bit of a guesstimate of how many words your story is going to be. But I don't use that anymore. I haven't used that in years. What's short life according to you? For me, it's 70, 80 years because I'm a turtle. I'm not sure I understand where that question came from, Shake. Naps are like 4 hours, right? I Listen. I am chronically ill on medication, sleep bad, and uh, okay. So there's just I'm just a mess, right? So if I can take a nap that is 4 hours long, I will take it, because I have. Look, I'm 33, all right. I've had trouble. It's just insomnia. I've trouble sleeping my entire life, and I've tried everything. People who say don't take naps, f you, because if I don't take naps, after a few weeks, I start getting like actual psychological problems, because I still don't sleep at night. So you know, that's why it's important for me to close off at a normal time for me, grandma times, which is usually, I try to not do any social media or anything and screens by 8. And if I'm lucky, I sleep by 10, but usually it's about 12, which is why I need to lie down at the very least and close my eyes in the afternoon. It's just always been like this. Trust me, I've tried the no napping. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's insomnia. You didn't read the map manual. I read Why We Sleep, and it's very informative. Um, but you have to do what feels good for you. It's on a case by case basis. I feel like you can say that an ideal nap is 20 minutes, but if it takes me 20 minutes for my body to calm down because I have CPTSD, then the 20 minutes is not really helping me. Because for me, then the 20 minutes only starts by the moment my breathing is calm enough to sleep, right? So that would be at least 40 minutes. But the anxiety that I feel isn't always the same. So to be safe, I usually try to take a nap of an hour and a half, um, because that is just the logical way for me to go. 20 minutes for me isn't a nap. It's just closing my eyes and just not breathing, but or not breathing, not being alive. Oh no, not being aware of my environment and just trying to not think. But I can't do that. My brain is just always going. Oh my god, I need more sugar. See, this is why I need to get this to the front. You know, it must be a natural. I never needed a manual for napping. I'm so jealous. I know there's people. I once asked a guy who the moment he sees a pillow, he can just fall asleep. And I asked him, "What do you do? How do you do this?" He said, "I don't know. I just don't think." Turns out that he was one of those people who don't have a voice in his head. I think that's the secret for a lot of people. I need to get this into my system. I'm seriously not awake, and it's not hot enough anymore. You did not nano ones, Winston. What are you doing? Can you not? I haven't cried yet today, and I would like to not. Oh wait, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh no. I forgot to close my sock drawer because I can't stream without shoes. Is that weird? I have to brush my teeth, and I have to wear shoes of some kind. Otherwise, I feel. What are you doing, Winston? No, I closed it. He used to go in there when he was a kitten, but he's not a kitten anymore. Stop it. Oh no. Oh no. You lost. You can't look. The spirit of NaNoWriMo was that everyone wins, which is why they made the 50K a little bit, because that's not really a book. That's more of a small novella. But the fact that you tried Nano makes you a winner, right? At least that is what the spirit of Nano was in the beginning. Winston, hi. Oh no. Oh no. It's a good thing I muted because I was afraid I didn't for a second. I growled. You didn't lose, Milbrand. You won. You tried. And that's kind of the whole point. Let's try getting out the bare bones draft out ASAP. I hear it makes the rest easier. It does. It does. It's easier to edit than to stare at a blank page. At least that is always my experience. Has always been my experience. But do remember that for one, the first draft doesn't have to be perfect, and for two, usually a lot of the times you're gonna have to cut away your favorite, most beloved sentences and scenes. The end result, your final draft, which could be the third or fourth, um, should be, in my eyes, if you want to make sure that you have taken out as many mistakes as you can possibly take out yourself, not having an editor. Um, it's very possible that you're going to end up with a completely different story than you set out. especially once you get to know characters and they start doing things on their own, which sounds insane, but it's not. It's just a creative process. It just happens. So yeah, just get to it. Just get it out. I tend to plot way too much. Yeah, then I would recommend just writing it out and making decisions. It's really hard. I'm not good at them. Oh no, we're gonna have ads. We're gonna have ads. I can't snooze anymore. I should have ran them before I started sitting here, but did I say F you? I'm sorry. Did I? I'm sorry. I'm not really feeling okay. I'm panicking so bad. It's so late. Oh no. Sleep sleeping through your alarm in the middle of the day is not recommendable, okay? I just sleep when I get tired, I wake when I wake. It means my schedule's all over the place, but I'm so much happier now. Oh, I couldn't do that, Toby. I have cats. So, they need to be taken care of. And I have medication, which I need to take. So, not very long, I'll stop. Don't try it at home. Um, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Enemy cats and their ability to sleep. I mean, I envy their ability to just curl up. No, no, I have lots to do and say, and then I'm gonna forget things, Tusha. Um, Hello, Erickson and Torlek. Thank you so much for the follows. I'm sorry for the chaotic energy. It's worse than normally. I promise it's not this bad normally. No, 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 no. Don't agree. Don't agree. I cannot deal with the cats today. I did nano once, but it was so disgusted by what I banned that I just quit. Why? It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be an experience to teach you that you are able to write. You can build that habit. In fact, secretly, it's kind of helping you to get into the habit of writing. Ads. We have ads. God dang it. So let's just wait awkwardly for a few more seconds. I did get all the normal submissions, so we'll have to do that as well. No, gnarly. Oh no. I was so curious. Hold on. It's just me as usual. Are we back? Hi Turlek, how are you doing? Thank you. I love it. I love it. It wasn't supposed to be like this the entire year, but I'm afraid this is just what it's gonna be for the rest of the year. I guess it won't go away until the year is over. And this is what I read last year, and I have a feeling that I'm just gonna change it out during New Year's. Are we back? Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I can feel it. I am so frantic, and I'm trying to calm down, but it's not easy. It's not easy. The spirit of Nano is really just to go through the experience of writing a book. A lot of people want to write a book, but they're afraid to fail, or they feel like they can't, or they think that they don't have time because they have a full-time job. And basically, for Nano, you only have to write 1,676 words a day to make it to the 50K. So not even 2,000 words a day. You could do that in an hour if you want to. You could. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it is recommended to not look back. Just keep going with where you want to go, and reach that 50K. And by the end of November, because it's National Novel Writing Month, or it used to be, you will not only have the base of a book, you might also have the habit of writing despite whatever is going on in your life. And it was great, but they messed up. They messed up. Does the website still exist? I don't think so. I was there from the beginning. basically. The third year or something. I don't think it exists anymore. I lost a story. Like, oh, you lost a story. Oh, sorry. Didn't make you out of words. I didn't quite like the end result, but it still felt like a win. And then yeah, same. I am horrible at writing endings of stories because I decisions, decisions, man. But yeah, I participated almost every year up until I think 2018. You know, and then life got a bit complicated. All right, I feel. Am I right in saying that once again? No, not because Gnarly read this. Gnarly read Last of the Breed by Louis L'Amour. In the end, it is explained that this is one of the books that was published and kind of constructed from the writings that were found from this author after he had left this planet. And it wasn't exactly what the fans of the time were used to, even though it's in his style. The subjects that he broaches aren't exactly what people were used to, if that makes any sense. And I didn't mind it. It's not my cup of tea. I don't like action movies, and this is basically an action movie. So, if you like action movies, give this author a go. Maybe especially the later works. I guess The Lost Treasures is the collection that this is a part of. Gnarly listened to it. I think on Audible. It must be on Audible. Um, and I would recommend this to people who love action movies or content that has a very relentless pace. There's always something happening, and I mean, am I making sense when I say that the main character made me think of what is it, MacGyver? Does anyone know what I mean when I say MacGyver? The website isn't working anymore. At least not over here. Maybe a different browser? Because sometimes my browser... Cats! Oh my god! You don't even see, but they're going berserk just out of my sight. Stop! No, the website isn't working anymore. That sucks, because that means that you also can't read their apology for what happened. Hard for me to read other westerns after Blood Meridian. I have not read that book. Come here. I see what's happening. Come here. You sensitive little freak. This was the first time I read a book like this. So just to explain, because I feel like I probably should have. We have a little book club, the cherrypies book club, and every month I pull 2 books out of this submission jar, which is filled with submissions from viewers like you, and you can pick one of them. This month we read, or I read both. I read both of them. I will always write back, by Caitlin Alifirenka and Martin Konda and the Louis L'Amour. So this was this was 2 letters, 2 people who became pen pals, an American girl and a boy from Uganda, and they kind of changed each other's lives just by meeting each other. I like this better personally, but I feel like honestly, this is. I'm afraid I sound sexist, but I think that a lot of guys would like this. And I just mean that in the sense that I think you would enjoy this. It's period. Sorry if that sounds stupid. I know people can just, pull words out of context these days, but that's really what I felt. If you're not used to reading, but you wanna give reading a go, and you're more action. I don't know the word in English. If you like action movies, or just you want the pace to be faster. Give this a go. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be. I was a little bit worried because it says it's a Westerner, but it's not. It's like a combination of a Westerner, and it takes place in Russia, but it's an American, and he does say Indian because it's an older book, Native American. It's the main character is an American Native American, and he gets stuck in America, and you go from there. Let's not. You can have separate chaos, but if we combine the chaos, I will flip. I would rather not today, or like any time. Can we not? He has a very pleasant writing style. I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry. Let's get back to this because I have to finish this one first. If you want to see my full notes, I posted them on our Discord, but also on Patreon. Everyone can read my notes on the book club books. So I wrote as the conclusion, reads like an action movie, almost constant movement and survival, enemies popping up out of nowhere. There was some fat phobia in there. It's one of Lamour's lesser conventional works, part of the Lost Treasures. He never got to publish it when he was still alive. He's always hunting. He's always hunting, constantly hunting, because he's in survival mode in Russia. I didn't get a chance to think about it a little bit more, but he made the conscious decision to have the main character be a Native American, but does refer to him as the American constantly, and we can't ask him why, but that was something that I found very interesting. My only real critique, I guess, because I've never read anything like this. I don't read Westerners or action books. I don't watch movies, just in general. But I was never a fan of action. It's just too much. I like slow burns and psychological thrillers, but not necessarily action and stuff. Don't even need gore. Um, so the only thing I have to say about this, and it happens in a lot of books, but there were moments where things just popped up out of convenience, with no history, not a good enough explanation, and I don't like that when a writer just throws in something because it just happens to be convenient, or they got themselves stuck in a corner, and now they have to find a solution that wasn't planned. I don't like that, but maybe you don't even notice that kind of stuff because not everyone cares that much. Playing Red Dead makes me want to read some. Yeah, I think that a lot of this is probably one of those writers that will hold up for a lot of people, purely because there's something timeless about action movies. I don't have to like them to be able to accept and acknowledge that. So if you want to give reading a go, this author probably has something in his repertoire that you will enjoy, if you are more inclined to like action-based movies. But like I said, if you wanna read all my notes on like the play-by-play notes that I started making this last month, you can find them on Discord in the appropriate channels or on Patreon. And yeah, you can just kind of page by page. I did start on page 100, I have to say, because I realized that I wanted to do that 100 pages in. I don't know why. Oh, I mean, I could spoiler. I know why. The first note. Do you want to know? Should I say the first note of page 100? It's a bit gory though. I don't know. Yeah, Erin recommended this one. Erin recommended this one. I'm very happy she did because it's a lovely story and it's hopeful, but also it teaches you a little bit about, you know, not everyone has a as good as we do, and even though the world is just a mess in general, um, the relentless hope that this young man has is, and how much love there is in this book is really truly a miracle. So we'll get into that. Didn't we talk about Red Dead last night, Aaron? I love how hard you're afraid from calling it bro slop. I don't know what bro slop is, but I did accidentally say if I meet last, I think it was last week. I did say bro, like if I see a bro that wants to read but doesn't really read, I would recommend Louis L'Amour. I don't want to say that. I don't feel like I have bro privileges. What's happening? Can you calm down? I know it's me as well, but please. My voice isn't doing any better. I'm getting more anxious actually as we go. Reading William Gibson now to go with Cyberpunk. Wait, isn't that the game that flopped? William Gibson. Hello, Darkside. What? It's August. What do you mean? Why are you giving me a deadline? And yeah, Aaron asked as well. Can you explain? I would love to answer, but I'm not sure what's happening. I'm always talking about Red Dead. I mean, I get it. I get it. Not sure if I'd label myself a bro per se, but I'm a guy, so I guess what defines a bro? I don't know. I don't know. I just know that it came out of my mouth, and I just pretended that I didn't notice, but I felt very awkward. Like I don't think I should. I don't think I should say that word. I don't think I'm, I'm allowed. Oh, Gibson basically created the cyberpunk genre. Really? I feel like that's been around for a long time though. Oh, but he's old as well, so I guess that makes sense. I have not heard that name before. Cyberpunk was really buggy at launch, but they put a ton of work into making it great. It's up there with Red Dead 2 now. Oh, I don't know. I have not tried play. I don't have any way to play games, so you know, and I haven't watched any um uh, play with me's any either. Hi Daniel, I'm talking about books. You wrote Neuromancer? Oh, I still have to read that. I haven't read that. I am talking. Well, hi G. Well, I'm sorry, it's a bit busy, so I'm gonna miss some comments. I apologize, and I hope if it was on topic, then you can repeat it. But if it wasn't, I'm sorry, but I have a lot to do, and I'm late, and I don't have a lot of energy today. So should I say why I started taking notes for the book club to be published on Discord and Patreon? Because it was an interesting scene. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. Which genre? I read pretty much everything, Daniel. But at the moment, we're talking about our book club books. We pick 2 books every month, and we pick them ahead. I'm gonna do that in a little bit as well to choose the books for September. But right now, I am talking. Well, I'm kind of just done talking about Louis L'Amour, and I will always write back. These are submissions. If you're interested and you want to join, we take submissions through Cherry Points. I'm currently looking specifically for holiday books because I realized when I was emptying the queue for today that Winston. Okay, what is going on? Stop it. I realized that we don't have any holiday specific books yet. I want to try to. I mean, we have a lot of spooky books. I just don't have a jar yet for the spooky book, so they are still in the queue. But I don't have any holiday specific submissions. So if you know a holiday specific read, doesn't have to be Christmas, just winter vibes, please submit them through Cherry Points so we can have separate jars for those two subjects. I also have two cats that are going berserk, and I am anxious because I am late, or I was late. So please excuse my frantic energy. War and Peace, I have read War and Peace, not this copy, this specific copy. I lost my copy, so I got a new one because I do want to own it and read it again. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. Do you read, Daniel? Setting was written by an American. The game was made by Polish devs, and the anime was illustrated in Japan, which I think is good. Oh, that's interesting, Toby. I didn't know. I'm really out of the loop when it comes to games. I used to watch Game Grumps a lot, and Julian, but Julian is more into I don't know what it's called, that online racing game that is like there's tournaments and everything. I forget the name. War and Peace. I had too much peace. You think it's or like I don't know. The war part wasn't necessarily war. I believe it's been a while that I read it, so I may be wrong, but I believe the war part was also a lot mental, if I remember correctly. I do want spooky books for a spooky season. We're going to pull 2 spooky books for October next month. In a little bit, I will be pulling books for September. You read? Yay! What are you reading right now, Daniel? Lovecraft is one for Halloween. I want to be a true detective reading list. I want to do a true detective. Wait. Is that the TV show? And if so, why? I don't remember. I watched the first season, I think. Oh, God. Oh, God. Deuce. I think she wants Spanx. I mean, I can give her a little bit of Spanx, I guess. Because I think it is funny that you can see your face. Oh, no, you just want to sit? Okay, well, there you go. Jennifer Cruzy wrote a ghost book? Really? Oh, I like her. A new one. It got recently released. Or what? Maybe this time, I think it's called. What defines September? Maybe the decline of summer? Nah, it's pre-autumn for me right now. I'm so happy. Even though there's hot weather going, August is the beginning of relief for me. It's so true that you can have summer depression as well. If you don't know, sad is generally associated with winter, but I have the summer version, and it's really, really bad. Wonderful, wonderful times. Ooh, I have not heard of this. Let me give it a quick Google. And then I'm gonna move on to the next book. I'm not sure who I would recommend this to. Like, I can give a blanket recommendation for people who enjoy action movies and maybe don't know what to pick up and haven't read for a long time, or maybe at all since they got out of school. There's a lot of people who just never pick up a book after they leave school, which is such a shame because there's so many good books out there, and I think this kind of proves it for people who just don't enjoy slow reads. But this, I think, would be like Erin kind of submitted this mostly for me, I feel like, because she knew I would enjoy this, and I really did. I loved it. I flew through it. And even though there are some very painful moments in here, because the boy lives in Uganda and the girl lives in America, and really, because she's just a free spirit, I guess, she chooses the most exotic sounding country, because why choose a country that everyone else is choosing, which you already know a little bit about, when you can choose a country in South Africa? In Africa. He's from Ghana. I'm not sure of that. I'm bad at that stuff. I barely know where I live, so please forgive me. And he's the only one in his class, right? So both of their lives are changed because of being a pen pal, and it does, or at least it made me think about the loss of something like, I know you can have pen pals through the internet, but there's places in the world where that may not be as feasible. And even though it's very expensive for him to send letters back, this kind of make me feel like we're losing something. We're losing something by not writing letters by hand anymore. Aside from the whole story, that really came through to me. That there's just so much intention, and what is happening in writing a letter by hand and waiting for a response, which is so different from the instant gratification that we're so used to these days. Sending a letter off, putting it in the mailbox, and I don't know, there's just a specific feeling that you get, and that kind of came back to me in this book. But also it just gives you a specific view into the brain of children and how innocent they still are, and how sad it is that we grow up to be cynical and bitter when these two kids changed each other's lives. They were just kids. And you have to read it to see what happens. I feel like I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it too much. What's happening? Everything is freaking out. Or is Mac dying? I get a summer dip every year. It's a thing. It's actually a thing. And honestly, I feel like next year I should go to the doctor or something about it, because I have been really miserable, right, Erin? I'm trying so hard, but just, nah, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. This is why I want to move to the north. I actually want to cry thinking about next year's summer. No, it's gonna come back. No, why is this annually? Can't we just have it once, like every 10 years? Let me see. So a few thoughts I had about this book is how they speak Shonda. I'm not sure how to pronounce it in Uganda, yeah. And the names of people all have very specific meanings, and I love that. To compare that to, Edward, for example, which probably has a very specific meaning as well, but in that culture that this boy comes from, it's known. It's known what the specific meaning is behind their Shonda names, and I love that. Yeah, the innocence of these kids, their willingness to help and learn gives me hope. Children don't know hate. It's taught. This is kind of proof. These are raw thoughts, by the way. I didn't edit them. I took some grammatical errors and spelling mistakes out. Not all of them, because some of them are intentional. Some of them kind of show that I'm upset, for example. So I didn't actually edit it through completely. You missed letters as well. I mean, I feel like there's a magic to it. And you have to think, it's so easy to write a paragraph on the computer and just delete it. You can't really do that on paper. You have to be deliberate about your sentence building, and I do think it would help focus and communication, and using your slow brain, because you have a quick brain and you have a slow brain. Basically, the quick brain is the instant response, and the slow brain is the one where you take a beat and actually consider the thought that is popping up before you respond to it. I think writing letters could be a good practice, even if you don't send them, just to learn to focus. I feel like I still write by hand. I keep diaries and calendars and stuff, but and to-do lists. I prefer to do that by hand still to this day, and I don't think I'll ever stop. Um, So there's a lot of poverty and pain in the world. We will never be able to fix it all, but look at what one person can do. Because this girl, without even really understanding it in the beginning, at least, because $10, especially what in the 90s, I think it was this takes place in the 90s. What $10 for Caitlin would buy her a cheap pair of earrings at Claire's, I think she says. But for the boy in Uganda, it's food for months. Well, maybe that's exaggerated, but it's food for weeks, you know. And so this book kind of shows you that your actions, no matter how small, if they come from a good place and if you want to help, they mean a lot. There's a butterfly effect that you cannot underestimate. So like just like you being here as a viewer, even if you're passive and lurking, hi, I'm happy you're here. That helps. That helps me. It may be small, and maybe you feel like you're not doing anything, but you are. So there's a lot you can take out of this book. If you want a cute read, which is a little bit confronting, I won't deny that, because I mean his life is really hard. It's it, yeah, it kind of puts things in perspective. But at the end, you're going to feel like, you know what? I can change things in the world. I just have to do it. I have to put myself to it and stop believing that it doesn't matter what I do. It does. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them brainwash you into thinking that your kind of your moment of kindness doesn't matter. You don't know. You don't know. And then there's the play-by-play notes. And well, yeah, and that was kind of my conclusion. You don't know. You don't know what something that may seem small to you means to someone else. Like even giving a stranger a smile in the street when you see that they're having a little bit of a bad day can mean the world. I remember when I came back from school one day, I was sitting in the train and I was so depressed. And this was a little bit before I realized that I needed to drop out because I wasn't okay. And there was this man on the other side of the aisle, and I was just empty, nothing, staring at nothing. And he offered me a chocolate. I didn't take it because it's a stranger, but the idea, it did help me, you know. I was like, okay, so I'm not invisible. People can see me. So there was probably not, but you know, I'm a woman. I have to be careful, so I couldn't take it. But it was a nice gesture, you know what I mean? It takes time and concentration, which makes it more important, special in my opinion, but impractical in our times. I agree, Daniel, but I think what I mean is, if we had pen pals again, it shouldn't be about the instant gratification. It should be about just writing about what an experience, or write out how you've been feeling, and have a separate little shelf in your brain for that activity, and don't make it an instant message something, because it's not. You have to wait. I feel like it could be a separate thing from normal communication. You know what I mean? Does it make any sense? Hemingway wrote so many letters that cut into his own writing. Hemingway was an interesting figure, wasn't he? I want to read a biography of him. Hello, Salabizade. How are you doing? Welcome. Oh, my throat hurts. It's fine. It's fine. Imagine choosing a name for a baby in a culture like that, knowing everyone will know the meaning and how that will shape it. Yes, this is that is. You have a point, chemist. I didn't. I should have. I'm still kind of finding my way and writing down the notes. I'll do better But there are a few in there I think that were interesting. Did Milburn go? Bye. I will try. I will do my best. Ooh, and let me know. Let me know how it goes. Let me know when you finish it. I'm so excited. I don't think I know anyone who's read or listened to The Silent Patient, so please let me know. Don't leave me hanging. So what related, but I realized today everyone I'm in touch with is either a streamer or someone I met through streams Discord. Kind of weird to think about. We live in weird times. We live in weird times. Same. I in real life, I don't really have people I trust as much as I trust some people I've met online, which is weird, but it's just a sign of the times, I guess. Forever alone. Ah, okay. Honestly, I still remember a space, and I truly think. But that's it. This is why I'm so careful in public because I tend to be too trusting and it's just if I wasn't this interested in psychology and true crime, I probably would have gone into the white van where there are supposed to be kittens, you know. So no, I thanked him. I thanked the guy, and I was like, no, I'm good. I'm okay. If you're seeing this, I did want to take the chocolate, but I was scared. You know, the society is a scary place to be for everyone. But I appreciate the sentiment. Am I in Budapest? I used to live there. You did. It's one of the coolest cities ever. I left a lot of good friends there. Why did you leave? I am not actually in Budapest. I am in the Netherlands, Daniel. I don't think I would survive living in Budapest. I'm already struggling with the summers over here, so I don't think I would. I don't think I want to go there unless it's winter. What is winter in Budapest like? Is it okay? But I might hate the most about social media is it has trained everyone to expect friends to be in perfect sync with their hobbies and ideology. How so? How so, Toby? For me, it's just the fact that people think, or not everyone, but a lot of people assume that you will respond as in kind. So I know a few people in real life who are stuck to their phone. So the moment they get I mean, you know the picture. People who are always looking on their phone, even when they're out with friends or having dinner with friends or loved ones, and they're just looking at their phone, and um, we see the world as we are often. Not everyone, again. So, which means that if someone is in the habit of responding immediately the moment a message comes in, because they see the world as they are, they kind of expect and assume that you will also read and respond immediately. I am not like that. For one, I can't deal with screens for 24/7. I have to be careful because I have endometriosis and I have migraines that are related to that. If I'm not careful, I might be knocked out with a migraine for a week. So that's already a problem. But also, I'm just not stuck to my phone. Sometimes I leave it like on the kitchen counter and I'm on the couch and I don't notice that I'm getting messages because it's on silent, you know, and that can cause friction. I wish more people understood that that's not really healthy to assume that everyone behaves the way you do. I don't think it's hobby specific though. Hello, Matt Snap. I like that name. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. I want to go live with the Inuit. Isn't that Alaska? Aren't they in Alaska? Um, in the north here in Europe. I did remember, but it escapes me. There is a Aboriginal people up in like Scandinavia, not tied to one region, but like literally up in the north. I forget their name, but yes, and I do want to visit Alaska. I want to see the Northern Lights over there and spend the winter maybe there in a cabin. I would love that. My friend moved there from New York, and I visited him every few years. His wife is Dutch. Oh my God, I cannot imagine going to New York. I feel like that would be terrifying. Just the buildings alone. Oh, but also I don't know why you would. Oh no, that's a huge, huge something that comes away. I'm not sure if it's loud. I'm sorry. Hold on. I think that's a potato grabber. Yeah, I think that was a potato grabber. Anyway, the winter in Budapest is nice. Not too cold, but you get snow sometimes. Really? Oh, I love snow. I adore snow. Snow is life. Snow is everything. No, we don't get enough snow in the Netherlands. So another reason for me to move up north, because Christmas without snow is just a normal day. I usually have my phone on silent, so I'm not responding to notification, etc. Yeah, I mean, yes, you can have conversations sometimes, but also most of the time I just don't function like that, you know. Um, Not because I don't want to talk to people, but literally because it's just not in my system to stay behind a screen that long. I prefer physical books. Someone said something about that. Yes, I do prefer physical books. Was that G? I'm so sorry if that was your question. Alaska is a dream. Yeah. It's where Bob Ross lived, right? That's up in Alaska, wasn't it? Or was it still part of Canada where he was? I'm not sure. Also some Arctic parts of Canada and Russia. The Inuit? Yeah, that's not the Inuit I'm thinking of. I'm gonna butcher it, but the way it's pronounced. But the Sami are the indigenous people of the north of Scandinavia. That's what I'm thinking about. Thank you for the follow, Daniel. Welcome. A potato what? A potato? A potato grabber. It takes potatoes out of the earth. I don't know. Mode with social media, I mean purely online friends, and I don't mean anyone here. If anything, I like how you're fostering a diverse set of people with your open-minded approach. Oh, okay, Topi. Okay. Good that you explained it, because you never know. I'm dying to see the Northern Lights. Never seen them. I feel like everyone should at least once in their life, if only because it puts you in perspective and makes you realize that, you know, maybe there's more important things in life than whatever the hell we're doing at the moment. Yeah, Harvester, but like I didn't know the name. Thank you, Aaron. I'm not gonna recover. I'm not gonna recover. See, I told you I'm grandma. I have one night. I have one night and half a bottle of wine because I didn't even drink that much, and I have to recover for a week. I'm glad I have something to hold on to, like, literally, like book club stuff, because otherwise I don't know what would be doing right here, right now. I hear the song in my head now. Can't lie, I have to pick up a book since I haven't picked up a book since I was in high school. Hi, Jacob. This is a lot of books, I know. It's extreme. Don't compare yourself to me because I am in the process of making reading my job. So, it's not fair. What do you enjoy watching? Because I might have an author that you could maybe enjoy and try. Which we read for our little book club this month, and it's enjoyable. I wish Gnarly was here, because Gnarly was listening to this and he really enjoyed it. And actually, I'm pretty sure he finished it within the month as well, which is amazing. And I'm so proud. Um, you know what? We might take a 2 minute break in a little bit. Not yet, not yet. And after that, we'll do the raffle. Because, like I said, we have a book club. And I need to cough or something. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. I think it's the milk or something. We have a little book club, cherrypies book club. And it's in order to have it as fair as possible. I don't choose a book. We have submissions, and I put the submissions in this jar. And then at the beginning of the month, I pull two, and you can choose. You don't have to read both. You can choose. I will read both because I'm weird, I guess. I read both of the books, and at the end of the month, we talk about it. And today we're going to pull the books for September. So if you're a bit of a slow reader, or if you haven't read for quite a while, you could, if you want, start reading the books that I pull for September this week. It's not like you're not allowed to read the books for next month already. If you need more time, or if you're just really busy, if whatever it may be, you're fully allowed to just read ahead. But it may be that I am not able to talk to you about it, and maybe other people don't really know how to talk about it. Someone is being put in the corner. Uh oh. Uh oh. We can't time out. We can't time out mods. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. I'm so sorry, Asa. Go drink some water. Okay. I prefer physical books, but it's mostly for reasons that I don't often hear. It's much easier for me to read when I can follow with my finger, and even just have subtle changes in perspective. That makes sense. Oh, what was I supposed to do with your name? I'm gonna say the way. Hi, the way. That makes sense. And I have a feeling you may not be the only one. It's probably other people as well, but I feel like it's a bit courageous to admit to that. That makes sense. Fairbanks, yes. I want to go there. People don't realize how much time they waste being glued to their phone. I saw someone do a challenge. This is true, Kevin. Do a challenge where they swapped their phone time for reading time, and it basically changed their lives. I've been reading while going on walks. I look like a weirdo, but it's fun. I used to do that too, Torlak. I used to read while going to work. I knew the way, and I only had to cross the street twice, and I would put the book down, of course. But yeah, I was known. At my job as the girl who I would physically walk into the job with my book still up to my face, and I wouldn't put it down until I was actually in the canteen. So that's not weird. I agree. I agree. It's valid. And also, listening to an audiobook is the same, right? So that's okay. Don't be ashamed. Read wherever you can, as long as it's safe. Don't put yourself in danger. It's not worth it. Wait, did I? What did I decide? Oh no, Asta. Gets hit by car because she was holding a book in front of her face. No, no, I would never do that in a road that I don't know. I would only do that in places where I'm like known, not just where I know the way, but where people know me. You know what I mean? I was a bit notorious for reading because people didn't understand. I was always carrying a new book, and they thought I wasn't reading them, but I was. I really was. I still am. You see, here's the proof. I'm 22. I don't know what I'm doing at times. Oh, Jacob, listen, I am like a little bit of a decade ahead of you, and I promise you, it's gonna make less and less sense as far as. Here, see, Aaron is saying the same. Just accept it. No one knows what they're doing. It's all a lie. The cake is a lie. All right. No one. Be aware, beware of people who say they know what they're doing, because no one knows what they're doing. You may have some idea where you want to go and what you want to do, but no one knows what the frick they're doing. We're just flailing, just flailing out here trying to pay rent. Hi, Elliot in Japan. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. How are you doing? It's okay. It's what I'm trying to say, Jacob. It's fine. You're not falling behind. You're not doing it wrong. It's okay. The point of life, in my eyes, is to notice the clouds, to notice pretty things, and to do things that make you feel good. As long as you're safe, you're not a danger for yourself or anyone else. That's kind of the point. Oh no, you're on ads. How is that possible? I still have 11 minutes. I'm frantic today. I apologize, Elliot, but that's what happens when you take a nap and you wake up and you're confused about life. But I'm actually okay. Today is book club day, and I have just talked about the books that we read this month, which were I Will Always Read Back and Louis L'Amour, Last of the Breed, which were both interesting in their own ways. This was more wholesome, and this was just interesting. It didn't make you think too much, I feel like. If you just surrendered to the story, it was just a nice experience, I think. In fact, once you hit your 30s, you might assume they're going to bring you something called stability or focus or whatever, but oh, hell no, it will only bring you more confusion and more to juggle. Yeah, this is so true. Just enjoy your 20s. Just enjoy your 20s. Make mistakes. Be a bit messy, but please don't try to hurt people. That's just mean. Don't do that. But just enjoy it, and by the time you're 30, you'll be tired regardless. You'll be tired and confused whether you figure it out in your 20s or not. It absolutely makes no sense. But it's 30 sounds scary. No offense to anyone. Oh no, I get it, Jacob. I used to think that 30 was so old, and people had it all figured out, and they looked all put together and stuff. And I'm happy when my nail polish matches like my clothing. That's a good day to me. It's all a lie. Everyone is just pretending, and ego and all that stuff. It's yeah, and it starts to go downhill. I almost broke my foot by getting out of bed. And I do yoga. So it's not like I'm not moving and not using my body in a way to keep it healthy. I stood up. And something just decided to be like, ugh. And I couldn't stand on it for half an hour. It makes no sense. The most dangerous place for a 30-year-old to take a nap as well. Don't take naps on the couch. Don't do it. You can't do it. That stops the moment you turn 30. Don't do it. 30 is a nice age. I mean, I wouldn't go back to 22. I don't envy you your youth, Jacob. I do not, because as much as I'm confused now, at least I'm now 30. I know that makes no sense, but it does somewhere in my brain. Hello, TJ Jennings. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. How are you today? What is Toby doing? Oh, I'm sorry. It's a bit busy today. I'm trying. Oh, Toby figured it out. Yeah, where do we sign up? Where do we, where? Don't just start talking about a cult and then don't let us in. What is that? That's not how it works. Does a cult involve building a commune so we're in nature where we can read books and make our own food and ground ourselves? Because I'd be so into that. I would like to add to that class in screaming into the void, because I feel like I kind of need that. I don't know if you've seen it, but I saw a video recently of a therapy that consists of just yelling into nothingness, and I kind of want to do that. I don't know if my voice will survive it, because just living is already a strain, but can we add that? You are unstoppable, Jacob. You are. Just keep going. Just keep going. Find what feels good. And it will all be fine. There is no rush aside from the rush that you put on yourself. But the thing I would recommend, especially to younger people, is don't compare yourself to other people. Don't do it. There is so much luck involved in the success of young people, not to mention the nudges they may get from connections their parents have, Don't compare. Don't compare yourself. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Just gotta take a pillow and scream into it. I tried that. I scared the cat, so I would rather not do that anymore. We scream into the void screams back into you. I would not mind, Torlak. Maybe that gives me some hope that there's something out there. Hello, Elle. I'm just gonna say Elle. Hi, Elle. How are you doing? It'd be nice to be 22 again, but just my body. You can pick up a sport any time of the day, you know. I have seen elderly people picking up gymnastics, and I'm not saying they were Olympic level amazing, but it's never too late to start working out again, you know. And yoga is something that you can do at home. You don't need to leave. You don't even have to take off your pajamas. You can do it butt naked if you want. Close your curtains though if you do, because a downward dog, you know, don't do that. I do think your neighbors would appreciate that, but you don't need anything to do yoga. So if you want to get back into shape, check Adrian out on YouTube. Yoga with Adrian. I love her. She has been my one and only teacher. Yelling during a thunderstorm is best. Topi, I would make such a fool of myself. There's no such thing as storms in the Netherlands. We have 3 drops of water and one sad little thunder, and then there would be me. This conversation always makes me chuckle. I'm over 50. Granted, everyone has a different path, but here's what I've witnessed. Once an adult, life is much more about situation than age. Sure, there are common milestones, but those are mostly choices people make. I agree the way. But did you figure it out? As in, do you feel like you have a grip on whatever the hell this is? I don't feel like, I genuinely don't believe that I will ever feel more in control than I did in my 20s. In my 20s, I felt like I've got this. This is fine. And then after I think after 25, I started to feel like I think I made a mistake. And then I hit 30. I was like, nah, this is too complicated. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but this is wild. But I can imagine if you're over 50 that hearing someone in their 30s speak even is wild. Because 20 feels so far away for me already. I'm looking forward to it. I hope by the time I'm 50, my hair is actually white. Please. Well, I don't want to say, well, can someone like drop a few coins in one of those wells and pray that and wish that I have white hair by then, because otherwise I'm going to be so sad. I want white hair, please. So well to me that y'all are getting eaten by the sea and there's no rain. Topi, wait, stop. No, don't talk in scary riddles. I don't like that. Because they will keep me up at night. I've questioned everything multiple times. I have less conviction than ever. See, oh God. See, the way is just confirming it. That the older you get, the more you're like, what the heck? What the heck is happening? That is both comforting and kind of upsetting at the same time. Oh no. I'm having an anxious sweat. That's not okay. All right. We're gonna have a little bit of a break in about 3 minutes. I'm gonna have a little pee, and I recommend you take a stretch. Get some water. I'm not drinking water, am I? No, I'm not. I feel like the sugar kind of made me more hyper. My apologies. It was supposed to just make me awake, but I feel like it made things worse. Well, Jacob, so here's the thing. Age does not mean that someone is wise in any way, shape, or form. Just because someone is 30 or 40 or 50 or 90 doesn't mean that they learned anything from their life. Don't be mistaken. That's the thing that I learned at a very young age, that the adults in my life had no clue what they were doing. No clue. Not because being out of shape, but because my knee hurt. Oh no! After running just 5K, I feel hangover if I go to bed after 11:30. Oh, Daniel, I mean, same. I did that for the first time in a long time yesterday, and I had so much fun, and I don't regret the evening. But today, my body is like kind of punishing me. Oh no! Hype? What is that supposed to do? All right, a little less than 2 minutes. I am very glad that I didn't decide to drink coffee, because I would actually be bouncing around. I might stand up for a little bit, actually. 5 minutes away from the start of the Hungarian GP. What are you doing, Rita? I guess when you really think about it, there is no point to freak out about age. You can't stop time, but I guess it's different at 22, so I don't know. I think, just like when you're a kid, summer feels like forever, right? It just, you don't have the literal years underneath your belt to have that, the ability to have that perspective. But we all have to walk our own road. And some people learn the important lessons at 20 and others will never. So don't let age fool you. That's what I'm trying to say. If someone is claiming that their age gives them some kind of seniority on wisdom or experience, nah. Nah, it doesn't work like that. People can make the same mistake over and over and over and over and over and never learn. So age doesn't mean, it does mean they have lived more life, which means they have encountered more. Whether that is good or bad, it doesn't always have to be straight up, because some people are very sheltered, for example, so they don't experience a lot, or they just live in a place where nothing happens, and they don't have the desire to move away and or experience anything outside of their own city. It really, I don't know. Time is such a weird thing. As they're starting soon. All right, I am going to. Okay, I'm going to take a pee as well, Jacob, and just have a little bit of a stretch. I'll be back in a few minutes. Should I put the timer out? 7 minutes, super specific. I'll be right back. We're gonna do the raffle for the book club. So I'm very excited. Hi, Epic. I need to pee a little bit, and there's ads. So hold tight. But take a stretch, take a pee, go get some water, and we'll do the raffle in a little bit and talk about age and time and stuff, because why not? Get an existential crises. I'll be right back. Welcome back. That was a minute less, but I want to show her face. She woke up, so turn around, turn around, turn around. Are we all back? Did you behave? Did you see your face? Because the timer isn't there, you can see her face in the mirror, and it's amazing. This is what I see during the rest of the week as well, when she comes here to demand to be spanked. Oh, hi, Snacksy. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh my god, I can't give slaps and say that at the same time. Welcome. I'm so sorry I missed it. Let me put you down because you're a bit too round to jump that high. I would rather you don't. So, whew, that was a workout. How are we doing? Is everyone back? Hi, Boulder. Have I said hello? I did see your messages, but I'm afraid I didn't say hello. So, hello. Jacob, go put it down. Oh God, has anyone ever, whether you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't even matter. Have you never sat down on a toilet where someone left it up and actually touched the, no, no, it's a nightmare, especially when it happens at night. That's not good. I don't like it. What? What? Hi. I'm sorry, I did see you. Touched what? The water, the toilet water. You sit on a toilet where the toilet seat has been put up and you're just like doused. Your butt is touching all the nasty things. Ugh. No. I don't agree. My girlfriend tells me that that's scathing behavior when I leave it up. My autistic brain immediately went, but they didn't have toilets. I'm so sorry. But yes, I kind of agree a little bit. You can get those soft closing toilet seats. Well, that would be a compromise, right? Because then you don't really have to close it. You can just give it a little nudge and it will do its own business. You know? You haven't? I have lived with, well, as a kid, there were sometimes men that my biological mother were dating who did not know the etiquette, and then I would, as a kid, you know, as like a 10-year-old, go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and just don't do that. It's nasty, and then you have to clean your butt at 2 a.m. No. I'm glowing. That's panic, Kevlar. You're seeing panic. I took a nap and it went wrong. And seriously, the way I feel now is kind of stressed, but also happy. But normally I just feel stressed when I oversleep. If this happens in the morning, if I sleep through my alarm, I am like this spastic throughout the entire day. It's exhausting. But today is a fun day because for one, it's the beginning of streaming week for me. So that's always good. And it's book club day, which is super exciting because I want to know what we're going to be reading next month. Who wants to know? Shall we do the raffle? She got mad. I think she wet her butt in the middle of the night when she went or something. I suspect it doesn't even have to be in the middle of the night because you just don't think about that when you're using the toilet. You know, you just assume that you're safe. You're supposed to be safe on the toilet. Even though the bathroom is the most dangerous place in the house. Let's not forget. Hello, Morzines. How are you doing? I hate when that happens. Yeah, it's not great, is it? It just ruins everything. The Poseidon kiss is worse? Ah, Daniel, why do I know what you're talking about? I've never heard that before, but no. Even I gotta admit, sometimes these guys, we are kind of like animals at times. And we're all animals. That's the greatest mistake humans are making, is thinking that we're not animals. We are. Clearly, we are. And we all have animal needs and curiosities and habits. It's just that we pretend to be the civilized thing that we're not. We're just animals. And the sooner we accept that, the sooner we have world peace, I feel like, you know. Never assume safety. Oh, Kevlar. You know what, chat? You all look beautiful today. And thank you so much for being here, because I am freaking out in a little bit, but having you here makes it better. Have you heard about underwater research capsules? I guess they stick their butts in the hole to the ocean. A fish up there says, no! The way, is this true? I don't know any better, so I'll believe you. I'm very gullible when it comes to that. Really? I don't agree. Let's not go to the bottom of the ocean. I have a feeling that it will go wrong. And also, I had someone in chat way back. Why do I remember this? Well, I don't know why I remember this. I have been told by someone who worked in like ocean. There's a name for this. I forget the name, but in ocean thingies, and they told me that most of the oxygen in the world comes from the sea, actually. So let's not mess that up. We're already messing the rest up. Let's not. Let's not. And also, I'm scared. Cthulhu and stuff, you know. Let's not let's not wake up whatever is sleeping down there. I don't think it's a good idea. I'm breaking in the Dutch oven. No. What are you making? I'm so jealous. Oh, I need to go get one. I need to go to that store that you mentioned, but I haven't been in that side of the country in a little bit. Okay, that was cute. What are you making? Bread? Potato stew? Oof. I am going to eat leftovers from last night. I made an oven dish that is generally something you eat in winter, but it's been so cozy this week, and last week and the coming week we are expecting another few days of 25 plus degrees, and I'm not happy about it. So I thought, let's make an oven dish. Sometimes I wonder how I have a girlfriend now. I mean, why? Don't do that. Don't talk yourself down. Focus on the good things. Oh, oven is unusable currently. What happened? Yo, that makes me think of this is why this state of mind is really not good, and I'm glad that you're here, so I have someone to say it to. Thinking of ovens, I listened to a video on YouTube about Virginia Woolf and how she. I mean, I'm assuming that everyone knows that she decided to stick her head in the oven. Now, what a lot of people don't know, though, that her husband was really not a great guy, apparently, and she had a kid with him, but then she divorced him, and he married again. And guess what? Apparently, she decided to leave this planet the same way. But she also took her kid with her that she had with the guy. That's suspicious. Why aren't we talking about that? Why is there no true crime episode that I can find of this? Hello? What the hell? That doesn't make sense. I don't think he had anything to do with Virginia Woolf, but the fact that his second wife did it the same way, who does that? That's the least convenient way to go out there. I feel like, isn't that weird? I should try to find that video because that was interesting. I like true crime, but that was scary. I had no clue. I'd never heard of it. There is a new Virginia Woolf on the way, actually, because Topi was very kind and surprised me while I wasn't even streaming a few days ago by gifting me a book from my throne. Oh, chat is gone. Where did you go? Hello? Not to be super dark, but exactly! Right, Erin? That's sus. That's so sus. I don't know. There were establishments in the 40s who proved that type of death is to be very efficient. I mean, of course. But also, what? I know. Head in the oven, yeah. It's 7 a.m. here in LA. Can I stay in bed? If it's Sunday and you don't have anything to do, why not, Jacob? Why not pick up a book, though? Or find an ebook if you don't have a physical book to pick up. you can read books on your phone these days. I have heard. I'm not a fan of that, but sometimes it works. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but apparently he was not a good guy, and I don't know, something was so sus about that. I listened to that, and I started watching it actually because I was like, what? Why have I never heard of this? The second wife of Virginia Woolf's ex-husband went out the same way. Curious. But I know. Oh my God! Yes, yes, the way. Yes. Oh, there were other visitors who had the hour tattoo. That was a sobering experience, to put it mildly. I feel like everyone should go there at some point. And I also feel like you should be forced to leave your phone at the door, so to speak, because the, you don't. First off, you don't need to take pictures. Second, you don't need to take selfies, and it would just offer a way to escape in your phone as opposed to observing what is happening around you and what happened. You do, Erin? Is it far away from me? Let me try to find that real quick. Because I have never been to anything like any sort of memorial like that. Is it? Oh, that is a bit far away. I'll think about that later. Can you remind me, actually? So people are just hot-headed, I guess. Virginia Woolf it's a sad story. I loved the bell jar, but also it's very sad. It's because it was her experience, and it really the reason it's so good is because it's real. It's not really fiction. It was her experience. Um, I'm going to read a lot of books this month. I haven't started yet, actually. I haven't even prepped my books because to be quite honest, the last 2 days I was very, very gentle with myself because I was very tired. I've had waves of endo episodes. I'm not sure if it's over. We'll see. We'll see this week. It's been a very weird episode, really. So I'm kind of still reading The Secret History, which I've read 100 times before. But I also got myself a copy of 10 Days in a Madhouse, which was written, well, yes, which was written by an investigative journalist, a female investigative journalist, who went into one of the madhouses that women were put in, whether they needed it or not, and then just basically could never get out. And she was in there for 10 days and she wasn't able to get out. She needed her editor or like her chief to convince the madhouse to let her go again, because she wasn't mad, she wasn't insane, she wasn't having a psychotic break, nothing. She was just there for research. And apparently things went down, man. I kind of want to read that as well. It's a small read. I'm not sure how I got there, but I did. So more my end than yours. Let me see. I want to just do it real quick. What are our predictions? If you put in a submission, what was your submission for the book club? And do you think it's going to be yours that we're going to pull for September? Today we are pulling the books for September. We pull a book, two books, a month ahead. So this gives you an opportunity to either work ahead or to maybe try to get your hands on a secondhand copy. I do try to find secondhand copies of the books that are here in the submissions. It doesn't always work, but I try. I do think about whether it's a contemporary or more recent book. If the author is still alive, for example, I would rather they get the royalties than buy it secondhand, but that's just a personal preference. If it's an older book, I prefer a secondhand, and I do try a little bit harder. But mostly it's to make sure that you can get your hands on a copy, and if you're a slow reader or just need more time, you can read ahead. Surely. So I don't have a driver's license, which is oh well. I guess I can't go there by bus. I'll have to look into it later because I do want to go there sometime, and I would rather go with you, Erin, than alone. To be honest, do you prefer to read fiction or nonfiction? I I just love to read, so I don't really have a preference. I have been obsessed with the backs of shampoo bottles, for example, since I was a kid. Who writes those? Who comes up with the way they describe this shampoo? What the hell? Like, I want to know. So I will read everything. I don't really have a preference. It depends on my mood. It depends on the time of day, because I read, where is it? Here, the Audrey Hepburn. I can't read the title. A biography of Audrey Hepburn, who turns out to be Dutch. I never knew that until fairly recently, and that wasn't a good bedtime book. I don't recommend reading that before bedtime. Now I am sensitive. Maybe you don't mind reading about Second World War stuff right before bed, but I had a few nightmares, so I didn't like that. So it just depends. But I will read pretty much anything, actually. Hi Sequoia, how are you doing? I'm sorry I stuttered there. I doubted myself. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Jacob. Welcome. Go get iced coffee then, if you want iced coffee. Can you make it? Can you make it yourself? I don't do it anymore because it's I don't recommend teaching yourself how to make an iced coffee because it's very unhealthy. It's a lot of sugar in there. Right, let's do it. So we have a book club, cherrypies book club, and in here we have submissions. If you want us to read something that you loved, or maybe you didn't like at all, and you want our opinion on it, you can put in your submissions through Cherry Points, and I put them in here in a little post-it, and this way we don't have to fight about a book. We just raffle, you know. Shall I do it? Shall I do it? I'm gonna do it. I'm scared, but there's a few in here. There's a few in here that I'm not. Let's see. I feel like I manifested it. Oh, The Maidens by Alex Michaelides was submitted by Evie. Hi, Random. It's been a long time. Hello. What is a good cup of tea with a lot of sugar and milk? How are you doing? In my defense, I go to the gym 4 days a week, and weekends are my cheat days. Well, don't be so hard on yourself. That's a lot more than a lot of people can say. So that's good. If food is. I think dieting is really not good for your mental health, for one, and I don't think your body responds well to it either. In my eyes, it's better to just eat okay. Try to be healthy, but don't deny yourself a piece of chocolate or a bit of ice cream. Come on, it's life. You have to enjoy yourself a little bit, don't you? Let's see. I'm going to close this down and just open up something new. Oh no, I don't want you. Like, I would not, if I had to live without pizza, I don't want to sound dramatic, but why would I want to live? You know, that's not worth it. Hi Burke, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. The Maidens, let me see. Let's go to Goodreads. And also, if you deny yourself, say you go on a diet, it's very strict, no sugar, no carbs. you're gonna fold at some point. Either you will torture yourself by denying yourself a little bit of sweetness and joy. And if you cave and you've been dieting for a long time, you'll probably overeat and eat a lot more than you would have if you just have that piece of chocolate. Go get that milkshake every once in a while. Don't do it daily. Naturally, behave. Try to be an adult. I know it's hard and we have no clue what we're doing. But, don't deny yourself a little bit of pleasure. The world is such a messy place. You don't have to add to it. The world will make it as hard as possible for you already. Don't help them. Hold on. Oh, here. Whoa! I made a mistake here. I didn't read it yet. All right. This book was submitted by Evie. It's The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. It was a nominee for Reader's Favorite Mystery and Thriller. Oh no! Should this have been a spooky book? No, because I didn't write it recently. Edward Fosca is a murderer. Oh, I love it already. That's a good start. Hold on. Of this Mariana is certain, but Fosca is untouchable. A handsome and charismatic Greek tragedy professor at Cambridge University. Oh, I love it because I'm reading The Secret History. So this is perfect. Fosca is adored by staff and students alike, particularly by the members of a secret society of female students known as the Maidens. What the hell is this? Is this Secret History fan fiction? I'm here for it. Mariana Andres is a brilliant but troubled group therapist who becomes fixated on the Maidens when one member, a friend of Mariana's niece, Zoe, is found murdered in Cambridge. Mariana, who was once herself a student at the university, quickly suspects that behind the idyllic beauty of the spires and turrets and beneath the ancient traditions lies something sinister, and she becomes convinced that, despite his alibi, Edward Fosca is guilty of the murder. Let me take a sip of water because I'm thirsty. But why would the professor target one of his students? And why does he keep returning to the rites of Persephone? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. The maiden entered journey to the underworld. Oh my god, this is everything I love! Evie, why aren't you here? When another body is found, Mariana's obsession with preventing Fosca's guilt spirals out of control, threatening to destroy her credibility as well as her closest friendships. But Mariana is determined to stop this killer, even if it costs her everything, including her own life. I love this. I love this. I am so excited for this. This is the first pick for our book club, and I am very excited to read this in September. Why would you feel guilty, Jacob? There's no reason. Don't do that to yourself. I promise the world wants you to do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Resist. Be kind. Love yourself. It's truly the best thing you can do in this day of age. Love yourself. You like my books, Random? I mean, I do too. I dare say in your 30s it will change. No, straight up. If you keep up your physical health, just 30 minutes. 30 minutes a day. I promise you have 30 minutes. You have 30 minutes of screen time that you can replace with a walk. Just a walk. Now, if you could do something more, like, I don't know, yoga. I'm a fan of yoga. I've been doing yoga for a long time, and I can do it at home. I don't need no teachers aside from YouTube, and it's perfect. 30 minutes a day, with a cheat day here and there. I would go by the 2-day rule. If you skip 1 day, don't feel guilty. 2 days, it's getting a bit sketchy because you run into the danger of losing the habit of doing the thing that you want to do, which is why the 2-day rule is such a great way to keep yourself motivated. If you miss a day, don't worry, just pick up the next day. So I would say straight up that even in your 30s, you can still eat a pizza and have an ice cream, but you do have to keep moving. Don't get stuck behind your computer or become a couch potato. If you do that, yes, then it's going to be a little bit harder. But don't be so pessimistic. Get up, and get moving. Come on. I love carbs too, by the way. I've never had a weight issue though. I'm going to go into it really shortly. The thing is about dieting, your body learns to then actually hold on to the things that you're denying yourself. The reason sugar is so bad for humans is because we are not used to the amount of sugar that we're consuming these days. Our bodies have not had the time to adjust to the insane amount of sugar that is put on our food, that we drink, and that we add. And if we go back just a few hundred, not even, just 200 years ago, the most sugar we had was like an apple, a piece of fruit. And these days, the amount of apples that we consume in sugar is not healthy. And the reason we hold on to that and it gets turned into fat is because our bodies still believe that in nature, sugar doesn't exist aside from the harvest period, right? That's why sugar is so dangerous for humans. It's not fat. Sugar that isn't used immediately gets stored in the body as fat. So if you diet and you don't eat carbs, the moment you do eat carbs, your body is like, oh my God, it's been months. We have to save this because it's gonna. Who knows when our next hit of carbs is gonna get in our body? So let's stock up. So unless you're committed to be on a diet for the rest of your life and never eat pizza again, it's torture. It's torture. It doesn't work like that. Your body just doesn't. It doesn't work like that. I would lactose rather than eat a pizza without cheese. I mean, I just had pizza again. I've been giving myself a name. You can have lactose-free cheese. So why would you do that, random? You need that. You need those things. Your body needs sugar. It does need sugar, but natural sugars, and that includes sugars that are in milk, by the way. You need fat. Your body needs that to function. Your brain needs certain things to function. That includes carbs. It's about, not eating too much of it. That's the most important thing. Unless you have some kind of disease or illness or something, naturally. I'm not talking about that. Hello, Toria Main? Oh no, how do I pronounce your name? Please let me know if I butchered it and correct me. So, welcome, thank you for the follow. Hi Dominique, how are you? Me neither. I had a late night last night, and I am not good at that anymore. I'm grandma. So that's why we're here now. I'm sorry. How are you doing? The amount of stuff that has to be done around the house, I can't afford to be a couch potato. Okay, good. Me neither. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Just keep busy. It's not. I don't know. Take your rest. Listen to music. Have a little bit of fun cleaning your house. I like to listen to music when I'm cleaning. And make it a bit of fun, and don't deny yourself the good stuff, as long as you don't overeat or something, If the word too is in front of it, or too much is in front of it, it's probably not good. Aside from books, of course. Books are the exception here. You can never have too many books. It's not a thing. Are you saying we need to keep eating lots of sugar for the benefit of humans 300 generations in the future so they can eat bad foods all the time? I mean, you could try it, Tab, but I don't think we'll live then. I think that would be a great way to go into extinction, but you could try. Don't do that, please. How are you doing? Welcome in. I'm okay. I'm a bit frantic, so I apologize for my energy. I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear, and I'm gonna do my best to calm down so we can actually be productive tomorrow, because I'm all over the place. But it's a good thing, I think. This ease, yes, random. Don't deny yourself the good stuff. No, don't. But be mindful. Don't abuse that saying. All right. Okay, I am so excited about the maidens. Is anyone interested in joining me with that? it's gonna be September, a September read. I'm gonna. Oh, second hand. I could get it for 11 bucks second hand, but the deliveries would be 17 bucks. What the hell? Why would you even offer this? You don't like tomatoes. I used to not like tomatoes either, but then I got older. They say that you're basically a different person every 7 years because your cells are, they become dust. To say it in a very nasty way, but it's true. Let's choose the second book for our book club. I'm gonna have a energy crash in about 30 minutes. I feel like I I had the same as a kid. Random. I could not eat normal tomatoes, like sliced tomatoes, but I did eat tomato soup as long as it was smooth because texture and ketchup. Yes, 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 yes. I'm scared. I'm not kidding. There's a few in there that I'm really scared of. Oh, it's a Evie month. Evie did put in a lot of books. Listen, listen. If you want your books to be chosen, I have two Evie books this month. So get to it. Give me your submissions. This one is All's Well. I hope this evens out the mess that the maidens might be, because it sounds like the maidens is a bit chaotic. All's Well. By oh no, it's not gonna even it out because that's from the writer of Bunny. If you know, you know. Bunny was wild. Oh, Evie, what did you do? Oh no, the cover alone. Oh no! Look, I'll put the link in chat to the Goodreads, but wait, were they supposed to be spooky reads? I mean, I don't mind. I think we're gonna have 2 months of spooky reads. That's perfect actually, because I feel like I'm so ready for autumn and spooky season. So I'm very excited right now. Maybe I should stand because I'm getting a bit too excited. Can you still see me? Do I dare? Do I dare? Do I dare? Yeah, we're good? Okay. All is well. All's well? That sounds like a completely different book. The second one I just put in chat, so I should have done the first one as well. I'll do that in a minute. All right. Miranda Fitch's life is a waking nightmare. The accident that ended her burgeoning acting career left her with excruciating chronic back pain, a failed marriage, and a deepening dependence on painkillers. And now she's on the verge of losing her job as a college theater director. And now she's on the verge of losing her job as a college theater director. Determined to put on Shakespeare's All's Well that ends well, the play that promised and cost her everything, she faces a mutinous cast hell-bent on staging Macbeth instead. I haven't read any Shakespeare, so that I feel called out. Miranda sees her chance at redemption slip through her fingers. That's when she meets three strange benefactors who have an eerie knowledge of Miranda's past and a tantalizing promise for her future. One where the show goes on, her rebellious students get what's coming to them, and the invisible doubted pain that's kept her from the spotlight is made known. So it's a Christmas Carol kind of idea. So Bunny by the same author is... I don't know how to explain that book, really. It's an experience. You probably heard about it, even if you don't read, because it kind of got people talking. This was the first one. Let me put that in chat as well. I will make channels for these books and a command for these books for September, so you can look it up on Discord. I will also include trigger warnings, which are hidden, of course, in case you want to be prepared or are not able to read certain subjects. I'll make sure that all of that is included. You will also see how long the books are in general, depending on edition, of course. And I'm pretty sure that both of these will have audiobooks. So if you're having difficulty with picking up a physical book, maybe you could try an audiobook. You could try Audible, for example. But I am excited about both of these, actually. And yeah, as is showcased here, there is no limit on the amount of books that you are allowed to submit to book club, which you can do through channel/cherrypoints. So get on it. I need more books. I need more submissions. We currently have, do I have it open still? I think about 140 books in there. Well, 39 now, minus these. This stream is sponsored by Audible. That is the dream. If we could manifest that, that would be great, actually. Can we do that? Can we manifest having Audible as a sponsor? Oh my god, can you imagine having Audible as my first ever actual sponsor? Oh, random. You can listen to O2 Audible, right? When fall comes, it's back to baking. Yay! Yes, Dominique. Let's have a bake off. Huh? I still owe you some brownies, don't I? I didn't forget. I've just been busy with mental health and stuff. Yeah, straight up. I mean, the other one was also wild. Like, what was it? How did it start? The maiden started with, Edward Fosca is a murderer. So, oh my god, what do you mean, Bunny? Is it? Did she write more? This book was a book club book as well. Last year, we read this for a book club. A second book is expected to be published this year. I need to process that. I'm not sure I'm ready. Oh no! Oh no! I need to read that. Because I'm so good. Listen, if you read that book, you have no clue. You have no clue what the heck is happening. I don't know. They don't know. Maybe we'll find out. I'm scared though. I'm scared because sometimes it's just a money grab, you know. I'll have to read it. I can't judge it. That's exciting. The first one is basically a trip. It's a trip. What does it say? Can I say what happens? No. So I can't really say. It's wild. It's wild, and I loved it. So I am excited to read another Mona. Got rid of 2 freestanding wardrobes and 1 freestanding linen cabinet, an old double bed frame, and a bunch of shelving. Also sorted through a bunch of clothes I thought were gone already, most of which will go to the Red Cross. You've been busy, Jungus. Good for you. Why? I mean, not that I object, but what's going on? Thank you, Boulder. Yes, let's manifest having Audible as a sponsor. Oh my god, I would have to light down. Hi Dots. Just a random idea. I love how your hair is natural and turned grey and it's very graceful. You look good. Nice to get you and not on the timer. Yes, if you don't want to join us during the week, which I get. Maybe you're busy or you don't wanna be stuck to the timer. Just come on Sundays. On Sundays we have a chat and I try to be not as frantic as I am today. But it's just when we talk about books I get excited, alright, and I kind of overslept, so you know. I missed the first message. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello. Just came home from cleaning out and progressing with emptying out the second floor of the old house. Felt very productive. You were very productive. Are you going to join us tomorrow? Yeah, let me just explain. On Sundays, we do this. We just chat, if it's a book club day, either the beginning of the end or the ending of the month. Because usually I do the wrap up on a different day. Today I had to combine them because I couldn't stream last week. So we did the wrap up for the book club for today, and I just did the raffle for next month, not this month. This month we are reading those books. I hope I did it right. I can't reach them. I should have taken them here, but they're over there. Should I put? Hold on. I'll get them. I'll get them. So this month is a bit interesting as well. I feel like it's all kind of spooky when you think about it. So this month we're reading How We Die, which is a nonfiction book, and it was submitted by Ox. Mostly because I lost my first pet last year, and I am struggling still, but especially at that time. I mean, grief is an interesting thing, and there's no deadline on grief. And losing your first pet, especially in my circumstances, is just traumatizing. So this was submitted kind of in that vein to maybe help me and maybe you to deal with this invitable thing, or I mean, honestly, I feel like maybe we're gonna be in trouble. We might be the first people who could achieve um, who could achieve immortality. I don't think I wanna. I don't think I wanna. I don't think I wanna. And also, Germinal, if you decide to join us this month, this I don't think. I mean, trigger warning, death, right? I think this would be useful for everyone because we should think about it a little bit more. But also, I feel like a lot of people have a bit of a warped idea about what it means and the process, and you know, it's gonna happen at some point, unless science. This one, I set up the channel, and like I said before, I do make sure that there's a list of trigger warnings for people who feel like they want or need them. And it was a bit shocking, not just the amount, but the diversity of the trigger warnings were really like, holy crap. So if you do decide to pick this one up, I would recommend just giving it a glance, just in case, right? I will be reading them both. I think I'm going to start with this one. So to prepare myself for this, because this takes place in the 1800s. It's about miners who are, not having the best of times, and people are making a lot of money on their backs. To kind of explain it concisely, uh, it's a classic, hence the Penguin Classic. Um, But if you want to join, and it's been a while since you've read a book, maybe it's a little bit more fun to try one of the September books. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe you're just inspired to pick something else up. That would be great too. You don't have to do anything here. There is no rules except don't hurt yourself, don't hurt each other, and yeah, keep an eye on each other. That's the most important thing. You got the Amazon Associate Program and the Audible Creator Program through Impact Radius, apparently. I don't know what that either of that is straight up. Me and my sister is emptying the old house after my dad's passing last year. We're doing a little bit of it at a time, so we don't use up all the ADHD energy quite at once. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's probably a bit of an emotional thing as well, Junga. So that's a good idea. Yeah, I think that's actually really smart. I just it's me where I just don't know or care for what day of weeks it is anymore or what year. did you say before? Oh, well, look, that's just because I am a supposed productivity stream doesn't mean you have to do something. Staying alive is a full-time job. Not just in general, but some people have mental illness, chronic illness, or you're having a day off. You can just hang and chat here. And maybe you're a gamer and you're gaming. You can still hang out with us. You don't have to do anything. Like I said, there's no pressure here. All I want you to do is stay alive and do whatever it is that you need to do, want to do, or can do. Um, and we do still have chats in the beginning and ending, and we have breaks. And if it's not your thing, that's fine too. Then just you know come back on Sunday if you have time. Hello? Oh God. Okay. Well, smart is subjective. I think Dots. You can read all the books in the world, but if you don't use your brain, you might not learn anything at all. But I do have a very stupid. I know. I have a general knowledge of a lot of things, but having studied marketing, I know that that's actually not very helpful. Aside from the fact that I am able to connect to a lot of people because I just have a lot of subjects in my head. So if you want to be able to be social, even if you're socially awkward or have social anxiety, reading is actually a really what are you doing, Kiko? It's a really handy way to learn a lot and have a store of subjects in your brain to connect with people. I agree, Jacob. Grief is like waves, like a wound that never truly heals. It's just a little bit. It just gets a little better. I think you get used to it. I feel like you just get used to it. I lost my best friend, and it hurts like crazy, even after 6. Oh man, I'm so sorry, Jacob. How are you holding up? Mm. God, and you're so young. I know that sounds stupid, and I didn't want to hear that either when I was in my 20s. But you're so young. Um, 6 months is really, really soon. I mean, if you could, maybe check in. I'm going to. I think I'm going to read this for us, just to prepare me for this because this one is going to be heavy in ways that are very confronting. Because believe it or not, this is very topical. Especially this one. It says that. The introduction of this edition says it examines the social and political background to Zola's masterpiece, in particular the changing relationship between labor and capital. This edition also contains a further reading list and blah blah blah. So I feel like if we look at the state of the world and how capitalism is going, I feel like this is a lot more topical than you might think at first glance because it's an older book. When was this first released? Like 1880s. When was this released? 1885. I am afraid that this is going to feel a lot more current than 1885. So I'm going to read this, and I could keep you up to date. Maybe this is something that helps. I don't know. I mean, it's not about grief, but I feel like sometimes understanding the basics of something also helps you with the emotion that comes with it, if that makes any sense. I like pre-1900s writing, so I'm tempted. Yeah, I'm excited about this one too, Topi. But it's going to be a heavy one. There's subjects in there which are a bit a sign of the times, I realize. But I don't... Reading is supposed to be fun. You and I might enjoy the style and the time and are known with certain subjects. Not everyone is prepared to read a book like this. So I want to be careful with that. Especially if you haven't been reading a lot or if you've been in a slump, picking up something like this might not be a good idea. So I think this is the first time where I actually say that maybe going to next month is a better idea if you want to join us. Maybe. I will also. I mean, you can check out my Instagram to see what I'm actually reading this month. I made a little reel about with the book in quick succession. So you could, if you want to, I do that too. Like I joined Jack Edwards' book club. Jack Edwards on YouTube has started a book club. Inklings, I think, is the name. And the first book they are reading over there is Evenings and Weekends, which is one of the books I want to read this month because I like that too. I like reading along with other people, even if I never speak to them. I like the experience. So you could take a look at my Instagram, and if you want to read and nothing is calling to you, not these two or these two, look at my other books that I'm reading this month, and maybe something pops up that sounds interesting. And you could let me know. I would love it if you picked another book. This is really, honestly, the book club started as a very selfish way to gather titles for myself. And now we're here. Hi, Night Porter. Danny! Why is it amazing to hear me say chungus? Why? What? Don't make me jealous. Chungus! I want thunder as well. I've had sun all day. Boring. Comes the rain. I managed to bring in the laundry in time. Oh, good. Dots. Laughs aggressively. Yeah, here you go. Thank you, Aaron. I mean, it's a work in progress. I feel like I'm getting more comfortable. I No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. It's a surprise. I don't get faced by the horrors of humanity, actually, and I'm actually interested to see how an older writer handled difficult subjects. Yeah, I've never read a Zola, never before. It is part of a series. Apparently, it's like book 13, but that doesn't mean anything really necessarily, I should say. Hello, Mark the Rock. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. Um, it is. I mean, it's dense and it's heavy. So be careful, is all I'm saying. And this is also heavy, but in a different way. But not as. It's 268 pages. My copy. I did get this secondhand. This one I didn't get secondhand. No, it doesn't look like I did. If you read this, if you want to pick up this, I recommend glancing at least the glossary, because it's about mining, and it takes place in a time that, you know, we weren't alive. Your grandparents probably weren't alive. I'm not assuming, but probably. So looking at the glossary might actually help you get into the story a little bit quicker, because there's going to be terms in there that are, even if you are used to an older English, are going to be just where are you going to read? What was it? Dubbing was the example that I chose last time. Dubbing is the technical term for lighting a shaft with wood and later metal, akin to barrel making. I wouldn't know. I would have known. How the fuck would I know? But you don't have to. You can just start and do it however you want to. I don't get. I feel the same, Toby, about like human horrors. But if there's animal cruelty, I do want to have a heads up. That I cannot deal with animals that hurt. That, I know that sounds insane, but I guess it's because I feel like humans have a brain and we should know better. So when humans hurt animals, I cannot deal. Not that I wouldn't read it necessarily, but I want to be prepared for that. I don't. What was I reading? There was one book and I just didn't. I didn't see it coming, and it upset me so bad because it wasn't in the trigger list. It was a book club book. Which one? I'm getting hungry. Oh, it's dinner time. I need to go. Angela's Ashes. I don't recommend reading that. Don't pick that up. There's lore behind the writer as well, the author. So don't Angela's Ashes. There's a part where suddenly a dog gets hurt, like in the most ridiculous sense. No reason at all. There's never a reason to hurt a dog, but that took me off guard. And it's a book. So even though I don't check the trigger warnings for the books I read in general, I set up the trigger warnings for that book, Angela's Ashes, and it wasn't there. There was no animal cruelty. All right, hold on. Am I lying? No, no, just emotional and domestic abuse, not animal. They should have that caught me off guard, and I don't like that. That's the only one I want to be warned about, really. I act out sometimes to numb it away. What do you mean, Jacob? Mm, I don't feel like it's weird to feel like it's getting a bit much these days. It is a lot. Being alive, just in general, is a lot, and they're not making it easier, are they? Okay, straight up. I hope to see you soon because I'm gonna wind down. I have to go make my own dinner and feed the kitties, and I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Got maybe 4 minutes of rain. Ah, Chungus, no, that's a disappointment. There's like 3 drops. Nah. I have a stew on the stove. Ooh, I'm gonna put my oven dish in the. No, I can't open it because there's there's a new pizza at the box. I'm so ashamed. I always have pizza in my fridge. I swear to God, it's. I'm embarrassed. All right, I need to go. I do need to go though. It's 5 over here, and I need to go feed the cats and feed myself. And calm down, because I'm really still stressing out. Humans are animals in some way. We are that thoughts, but the fact that we deny it, it makes us even worse than the worst animal. I feel like we are the worst animal. Truly, stupid little animals we are. What do you mean you're adding cheese? There should always be cheese. Hi donkey. I don't know if you're doing that on purpose, but I'm not even going to say it. Welcome though. Thank you for the follow. And Dagoofster? What is that? Am I saying it right? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you so much for the follow, and Defire as well. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. So if you're new here, I think it's time for a glass of wine, Chungus. I think I could use a little bit of wine. I still have some from last night. Thank you for being here, Daddy. Pizza's great go to, especially in a pinch. I love pizza. I would live on pizza if it wasn't so unhealthy. So, I would. I did one summer. But I'll tell that another day. All right, if you're new here, let me just quickly explain that this isn't really how we do things the rest of the week. On Sunday, we chat and have fun, and I'm unhinged, apparently. And we either talk about book club or whatever it is that happened during the week or is on our minds. But because I want to be a responsible adult and all that stuff, we kind of try to be productive during the week. So Monday through Wednesday, we have sprints and power hours, and I mute myself, and I have a little timer up here. So, you can keep track of what we're doing. And I invite you to come back, whether you have something to do or not, because just hanging out, I love it if you just hang out. It makes me feel good to see you guys keep an eye on each other and keep each other company. And it gives me hope, to see this little community of ours growing slowly but surely. And we need more of that in the world. So just because I am going to be working on things and on Tuesdays I read, doesn't mean that you're not welcome to just sit and hang, all right? I would very much love it if you came back. And for today as well, thank you so much for being here. I had a lovely time. I'm so sorry I was so frantic. I promise I'm not this bad normally. I had reasons, okay? I'm gonna calm down. I love you. Drink water. I didn't drink enough, so let's take another sip before we go, right? I will see you very soon. Take care of yourself. And remember that the things you say out loud about yourself, you hear them too, okay? So try to not be mean to yourself. It helps. It's the beginning of being nice to everyone else. So, I hope to see you soon. I love you. Okay? Remember that. And I'll be back tomorrow. Look at the schedule and see what that means. Okay. Bye. Oh no.